Hi girls, it's been a while since I've done one of these video logs, but I felt we were kind of cruising up to a point and you were grasping everything that I could give you the knowledge on at the time. So I felt that we were doing okay with the blogs and things. But now I've decided that we need to move it forward a little bit more into mind and body program, as I was saying. After I went to the show at the weekend and was talking to different people and things like that, then I think really that we know about the exercise, although there still are things that we can learn, and you are learning. So where are we going with it? Really, I think knowledge is power. So the more knowledge that we have about the brain and the more knowledge that we have about exercise and your own bodies, the better. So whilst you're starting to exercise, I want you to think about where you can feel your muscles working. There is a massive difference between just doing the exercise and actually putting your brain into it and starting to think where you can feel these moves. Okay, so if it's a pectoral fly exercise, most people tell me that they're feeling it in the arms, and it's not until that I tell them that we need to feel it here and along the pectoral muscle and squeeze this muscle to make it move, that they realise that they haven't been doing the exercise effectively all along. The same with a squat. A squat must be done and the glutes must be tightened to pushed up. A lot of the time people will move the balance of that exercise and they'll shift it to make the front of the leg do the work and eventually the back to do the work, which we don't want. So really it's about thinking a lot more and feeling and starting to really be bodily aware, and this is where that you really make some breakthroughs with what you're doing. So with the brain, where are we going with the brain? Well, it's about reinforcing all your good thoughts about food. So maybe that, you know, when you start to head for the kitchen on a craving, what you are doing each time you go there, you are reinforcing your brain that it's okay for you to go and have that food. And so it will repeat it time and time again and will keep asking for it. The only way that you'll break that pathway is by stopping. So it's essential that we do eventually stop heading for comfort food and heading for eating between meals, because all you're doing is reinforcing the pathway. It's like, for example, if you were bitten by a dog and you hated dogs, you decided that you were scared to death of dogs, you became a little bit of a phobic about a dog, and if you saw a dog coming down the road and you kept crossing over, then the problem would be that you were crossing over. It wouldn't be the dog, it would be the fact that you were crossing over because you were avoiding this dog all the time. So really you have to confront the issue. You have to decide and say to yourself, right, is it going to hurt me? Is this not comfort eating? Is comfort eating going to hurt me if I don't do it? Is it going to is it going to make me feel uncomfortable if I don't do it? And when you answer those questions, if you're saying yes, that it does hurt me, it does make me feel uncomfortable, it does send me crazy, you have to compare it on a scale to something of a major disaster. Maybe somebody down the road is going through a completely rough time, somebody in the family is ill of health or something like that. You have to compare it on those. Is it uncomfortable? Absolutely not. Scale of 0 to 10 compared to that? Absolutely not. We like to find a comparison. The brain is always looking for a connection and a comparison. So that's where you have to do. And if you then say again, oh, but I like it, because our body, our mind will play tricks with us. It will keep contesting it. So where you're going, I like it. Well, if you like it, you are going to keep reinforcing that like by going and repeating it again. And it will give you more harm than good in the end. So we've got to break that pattern. The good news about it, it only takes 6 repeat times before you're starting to make the other pattern diminish. So it's not that long before you're starting to lose the connection and you're reprogramming your mind in a new way, which is absolutely fantastic for us to do. So what we do, you're going to carry forward then what we've been saying today about those pathways. Have a go at it. See if you can start to take control back. Your Fitbits, Great, brilliant. You're all finding different tools, and that's what it's about. Each time that I went on to find this plan, I've trialed and tested most things as we've been along, and anything new that comes out, a trial and test or a research about them. So it's brilliant that you're doing it. It's showing that you're aware, you're trying to find more out about your bodies. Listen to it and use the tools as well as everything else. If you remember, all the time I was saying and asking the question, are you active? Are you being active enough? That isn't gym wise, that's are you moving about enough? Maybe it's standing up filing your nails, maybe it's standing up to do your hair instead of sitting down at a mirror. There's lots of little ways you can build that in to your daily life. It's about doing that chore today, not tomorrow. You know, when you finish at the end of the night and you think, oh, I could do it cleaning the windows, or I could do it doing whatever. It's about doing that. And I think if you look at some of the people that are on plan and have had success, you'll find that some of them actually don't sit down till they go to bed at night. So there's the sort of way that we've got to do, we've got to measure. We all have to look at our own bodies. Each one's different. The more you weigh, the more you can get away with eating at a certain time. But remember, it's only the good stuff. If you tie it up with the good stuff, you can have better quality and more nutrition. What people tend to do is they're looking at calorie counting, and then they'll try and eat to those calories, and they'll eat anything. But don't forget, your body needs and requires a certain amount of different nutrients a day. If you're not getting those full nutrients in each time that you're doing it by eating fresh food, you'll turn around and you will still be hungry because your body's still searching for that nutrient that you haven't had that day. And I feel that as long as you're following the plan, you're getting the greens in, you're getting the water in, and I mean lots of greens. So if ever that diminishes, pick it up. Start to have a little think about how you feel on a day-to-day basis. Have I got energy? Do I feel a bit low? If you don't have energy one day, look back. Have you gone more than 3 days without actually getting some of that brown rice, sweet potato, those type of carbs? Have you gone more than 3 days without parsnips and, you know, the more dense sort of vegetables? You don't need to switch back and suddenly grab a cream cake. You don't need to switch back and take hold of a piece of bread or anything like that. You just carry on forward. And we're going to incorporate that one cheat meal a week. So we're going to plan it. You can forward plan it and put it in. Or it can be at last minute. It's up to you where you do, as long as you do it mindfully, so it's all working up here and you are doing the talking, because your brain can take over and tell you, and you've got to stop it and stop it right there. So hang on, you're going off on a stray, you've got no proof, no evidence, no nothing. Let's stop it right there. Whatever thoughts that are occurring, let's go with the research and the practice and get it all sorted. That's it for now, girls, and I hope to speak to you soon. Have a good evening. Bye.